Hello, Annette. How are you?
Fine. How are you doing, Miss Anita?
I am good, thank you. And hello, everybody. We are Movement Worldwide, welcoming you to Can We Talk, our Wednesday night discussion where we discuss trending topics and social and current events. But we are the movement. We're a motivational organization veered to educate minds, empower, nurture, and transform. We are a movement to move. Yes, we are. We are a movement to move. We want to help you thrust into your purpose so that you can start living the best version of yourself and win. We've tapped into some winning information with winners resources. We're seated at the winners table and we invite you to take a seat right along with us, right, Annette?
That is so right. We are here again on another wonderful Wednesday, and we got room at the table. So come sit with us tonight.
We have plenty of room, plenty of room.
Plenty, plenty.
But before we start, we want to say a few things. One is that we are not psychologists. But what we are is we're lifeologists. We've lived some things and experienced some things. So we like to share our trending topics and social and current events from a perspective that you can relate, keeping news light, and also from some life experiences that we've had. So we kind of, keep it light, but we give you the tea. We do give you the tea. However, also, we want to say to you to take a minute right now. If you've tuned in to Facebook or YouTube, just take a moment and go to that video that you're watching and hit that thumbs up button. We ask that you like this video. We also ask that you click the share button and you share it with a few people. Share it with a friend, share it with coworkers, share it with family members, but share it to your homepage, wherever. Share this video. We want to invite some people to come along and just, kind of join in this conversation with us. We have a lot to say, so we're going to, hey, we don't hold back at all. We don't hold back. So just take a moment and share. The other thing that we want to invite you to do is to donate. We have many ways that you could be a covenant partner with us. You can come into covenant with us by making a donation via Cash App. Our Cash App is $Movement Worldwide. That's $Movement Worldwide. Or you can also donate by becoming a patron. And the way you become a patron is you go to our website, which is movementworldwide.org, and you click the button that says become a patron. It will take you to patreon.com where you can sign up and you can enter your amount, or you can come into covenant with the amount that we ask for, which is $12 a month. That's just 40 cents a day. So we ask that you come into covenant with us, just partner with us and help support what we're doing here with Movement Worldwide. So without further ado, we want to get right into our incredible discussion. We are excited because we always want to share the tea. So we want to get into the tea. But again, we just thank you again. You could have done anything else with your time, but you decided to stop by and join Annette and I in our conversation. So if you're here with us, just give us a wave, give us a shout out in the chat. Let us know that you're here. We want to hear from you. All right, good people. Well, without all, now that I got all of that out of the way, I want to go into our discussion. You ready to go into the discussion?
I'm sure, girl. I was just sharing with some people. Yes.
Okay. See, that's what she's doing. What I'm asking you all to do, and that's just click that button and share. Just click the button and share, and give us a shout out. And see, we'll put your name up on the screen just like this. When you give a comment, we put your name up on the screen. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you think and what your thoughts are about the topics and the things that we're discussing. So now, our topic tonight is don't judge a book by its cover. This is a very popular English idiom. And what an idiom is a phrase or expression that typically presents a figurative, non-literal meaning. Now, this popular idiom is basically saying this: a person or someone should not form an opinion on someone or something based purely on what is seen on the surface, because after taking a deeper look, the person or thing may be very different than what was expected. What do you think about that? See, the thing is, you always find the truth about people and things sometimes after the fact. How many times have you been in that situation where you thought you knew something or you thought you knew someone, and then you figure out after all, you really honestly did not know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
I mean,
So
I
many
know that we have
times.
all been there, and
Yeah.
not just about people. I mean, we think we know a subject matter. We think we know a topic. We think we know a person. We think we know a job. We think we know,
Mm-hmm.
but then beneath the surface is a whole nother ballpark. Things that we didn't even think was possible. We didn't even think was there. And all of a sudden it's like, boom. Oh, like, wow. Wow. So that's amazing. So we should not judge based on what we see outwardly. The thing is, you always find the truth about people really after the fact. When it comes to friends and relationships, you can hide, but for so long, because eventually the truth will emerge. I used to always advise young people, and I work with a lot of young artists and singers, dancers, actors, performers. A lot of young people have come through my office, and sometimes you end up being coach/counselor. So I would always advise them to not use the word friend lightly.
Yeah.
Because I would notice that people would pop up and say, "Oh, this is my friend. Oh, so and so is my friend." I'm like, "Well, where did she come from? Or where did he come from? Or how long have you known this person?" And see, our parents used to say, "Who are your people? Who are their people? Where they from?" And there was a reason behind that.
Yeah, yeah.
But in this generation, they just don't do that. They don't have the same practices that our parents did. So I used to tell them all the time, don't use the word friend lightly. Because the thing is, the fact of the matter is, you're not going to have many true friends in your lifetime.
No.
There are some people in your life. I always say this. There's some people in your life who are lifelong friends. I do have like 2 or 3 people who are lifelong friends that I have had like literally from since I can remember, and we're still friends. And then I have people that I've met along the way that I've become close to. I mean, but it took a while. I knew you for a long time before we were actually friends.
Yeah, you're right.
A long time, like
years.
Probably a couple of decades.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
before we actually develop that true bond of sisterhood and friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to have that many, and everyone who enters your life is not a friend. There are some people who are there for a short term. There are some people who are there for a long term, and there are a few who are there for a lifetime. But then some people are there for friendship, and some people are passing through. So you have to know what they come. You have to what you're coming for. What is your purpose of wanting to get to know me? And Jesus gave a whole lesson on friendship. So, of course, as it relates to this topic, though, we are not the ultimate judge when it comes to right or wrong in the eyes of God. We're not God. So we don't judge people from that perspective. But we do have to learn how to be good judges of character and to use our spiritual discernment. There are a couple of scriptures that I want to read into your hearing. And one is in 1 Samuel 17:7. It says, but the Lord said to Samuel, I think I got it wrong, maybe 16:7. The Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart.
Yeah.
But there's another one I want to read from James 2, verses 1-5. It says, my brothers and sisters, believers in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ, must not show favoritism. Suppose a man comes into your meeting wearing a gold ring and fine clothes, and a poor man in filthy clothes also comes in. If you show special attention to the man wearing the fine clothes and say, here's a good seat for you, but say to the poor man, you stand here or sit on the floor by my feet. You have not discriminated among yourselves and become judges with evil thoughts. Listen, my dear brothers and sisters. Has not God chosen those who are poor in the eyes of the world to be rich in faith and to inherit the kingdom he promised those who love him? I mean, that's a really strong passage of scripture, because here's the thing, Jesus will say, don't think that you're doing something for me by treating, the people that you think are great. He said, when you have done this unto the least of my brother, and you've done it to me.
Yeah.
But we will do that. We will judge a person based on what they're wearing, or we may not think that they're important enough, or they haven't, because they're not, drenched in jewelry and sparkly. Sometimes you have to watch the sparkly ones. So we have 2 different vantage points here. We have one where you want to not misjudge because of the outward appearance, thinking that the person is good, only to learn that they have a bad heart. And on the other hand, you're not to judge a person because of their outward, because you feel that they're beneath you. So I guess the main thing is to be mindful that everything is not as it seems.
Yeah.
You have to look deep. You have to look deep into a situation. You have to look deep into a story and don't grab a rumor just because somebody said it. You have to look deep. I mean, for instance, look at social media models. And I can tell you from experience, because I've worked with a lot of people in entertainment. If you were to see some of them in person, you might be shocked that they are not what they appear to be on Instagram. You'd be like, ew, exactly. Because in order for them to, they have filters and all kinds of, and I'm talking about the ones who have had all these crazy surgeries on their body and their lips and everything. When you see them in person, they look like a freak. So you have to be mindful that what you see is not actually what it is. You're going to see it with your natural eyes, and don't be quick to judge something or someone based on something that you see on Instagram, which is really a facade anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So my word tonight, you don't even have to guess, is judge. Now, here's an interesting thing. The intransitive tense of this verb means to hold as an opinion or think. Now, remember, an intransitive verb makes sense without an object. But a transitive verb has to have an object to make sense. And you can hold something as an opinion and think about it. And then the transitive verb means to decide.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to think before you decide.
Before you decide.
You need to think and decide. So, hey, we're going into our discussion now. We have a lot of stuff. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people who don't think before they decide.
I know that's power. There's so much power in words, and
thank you.
I'm so appreciative of you doing it, because I never thought about it. I just get one meaning and keep rolling. But then you get such a broader view, a better understanding in what a word means. So I'm appreciative of that. Yeah. Right.
So, hey, good people. I mean, hey, can we talk? Can we talk, Annette?
Yeah, girl, we can talk.
Talk, good people.
Yeah.
We're raising our nice little Can We Talk mugs, and you all can do the same thing for $15. You can donate $15 to Movement Worldwide and get your Can We Talk mug sent to you. Shipping is included. So before we go, we got some serious tea time topics tonight.
Yes.
We got some tea time topics. We keep it light, but we keep it very, very real. But before we go to the very, very real, we're going to pause for just a second, and we're going to go and have a word from the quoteologist herself, Annette L. Anderson, and then we're going to pause for a few commercials. So just about a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all
don't go.
Y'all come back now. You hear? Y'all don't go nowhere. You hear? So we're going to pause for a word from the quoteologist.
A map can navigate you to a particular destination. An almanac can predict and record a perceived future. An atlas contains illustrations of geographical regions, but only the Bible can navigate, guide, and record our future as it leads us to our God-given destiny. This is Annetteism Expressions.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday, starting March 7th, each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. live, where you can soar. That's speak it, orated, articulated, and reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share. It's that time. Tea Time Topics.
All righty then. We are back with Tea Time Topics. We are ready. Listen, we got some stuff to discuss tonight. Now, y'all know it's a whole lot of stuff that's been going on in the world. And listen, we have to discuss some of this stuff. We need to know. We need to know what's happening in the world. But this is a topic that I know that everybody has been on. So we're going to jump on it for a second, and then we're going to jump off. We have some stuff that we're going to make light of, and there's some stuff that is very serious. And this is a very serious matter because, you know, when I think about how our people marched and bled and all of that for the right to vote, I'm really disgusted at Governor Brian Kemp and how he went in private and signed into law a Republican-sponsored overhaul of the state elections, and it restricts so much, like voting by mail. And what really got me, what was really sickening about this particular thing was him wanting to make people liable to go to jail for giving out water to people standing in line to vote.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at when I looked at the actual rules that came down with this law that he actually signed into law. When I looked at the things, it's like, oh my God. Now, and I remember it was a few weeks ago, we spoke about the new pastor center. I can't think of his name right now, Warnock. When he spoke about just Jim Crow in today's society. And that's exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah.
It's disgusting that, you know, the Black vote is that upsetting that you have to go and try and suppress it on every angle, and to think that it's sweeping across the entire country that they're trying to do this in like many other states. I think they said 20 something states that were trying to pass some of these laws, and it's like 200 and something laws that they're trying to pass to make voting harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but see, what they don't understand is that the more you suppress a people, the more they grow.
Come on.
And so now what the people, now at this point, you can't change what was, but you know what? They need to mobilize. Okay, well, you say I need to get my ID. What else I need to do? So when it's time to vote, bam. And if you don't want them to give me no water, I'll bring my own. See, these are the things. My mom used to say something, and she always used to say it's more than one way to skin a cat.
Come on.
So you got to be careful now, because when you dig a ditch, they can mess around and it'll backfire on them. Because it's not just going to affect the Democrat. You got a lot of Republicans that, you know, some of those people cannot get out and get places. So we shall see. Okay. I'm hanging my hat on the fact that this is going to really mobilize people. Like, how dare you tell me what I can't? The more you tell me I can't, the more I will.
Exactly. So, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm just so moved by how bold and how sick it is. What goes on in the mind of a person, and I've tried to like really imagine the mind of a person with such privilege, but I can't even put myself in that position. You know why? Because this country was founded on that privilege.
That's right.
And that's the one thing that I keep going right back to that one fact, is that when I get angry with the evangelicals and it's sugarcoated like, oh, it's nothing. We're just about doing the Lord's work. That's some crap.
Yeah.
How is discriminating against people God's work? Exactly.
Well,
it's sad.
Well, yeah, it is. It is. But like you said, it was founded on that. It's always been that way, but now it's more blatant. And I'm sorry, when the former guy got in the office, I dare not call his name, he brought in a new something shift when he came in. It gave them more to be more boldness. Because they always done it, but they just was, hiding behind, in the dark. But now they're bold. But you know what? You cannot stop a people.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot stop a people. So
you can't. And here's the thing. He, not only did he do that, but the story that's connected to that is the sickening act of arresting a representative. You arrested a woman. You arrested a woman for knocking on a door. Representative Park Cannon arrested for knocking on the door to get into something that you are sneaking behind closed doors to do, so that people can't see what's actually happening.
Yeah.
And for so long, they got away with doing that.
Yeah. You know what, though, Anita? I read they had the audacity to compare what she did to January the 6th. Come on, y'all.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There is absolutely no comparison.
Yeah, they compared the insurrection. How?
And it's so funny but you know what? That's the mentality of privilege. It's just like there was a video out probably about a year or two ago, maybe last year, when everything started really unfolding. I think it was a little older than that, though, of a guy who approached a pregnant woman in the parking lot of a grocery store. I think it was the parking lot of a Walmart. And there was a black guy that came up in the hat. And the thing was, when he saw that the guy had a gun, he went to screaming, "He's got a gun, right?" And he's licensed to carry it. Yeah, I got a gun. He was carrying it on his hip. It was legal where he was. But then when he hauled off and punched the guy, and the guy hit him, he knocked the taste out of his mouth. He sure did. And he turned around and he was like, what? Are you serious?
You hit me?
Everybody, yeah, he hit me. You hit him first. You just saw stars for about 2 or 3 seconds after that, because I felt that through the video. I felt that lick through the video. But that's the mentality. The mentality is that we can do what we want to do, but you can't do anything. Good evening, Jassy Carrot. Yeah, we're on a subject matter that you can probably really go to town on, because you love to get your talk on. We're talking about the craziness of Governor Brian Kemp and the law that he signed, and them arresting Representative Park Cannon for knocking on the door, demanding to get in. That was the most ridiculous thing in the world. But you know what? It's like when I remember when we were talking about this video before I went to recap. When I remember when I saw that, I went back and I watched it 2 or 3 times, just in amazement that this man, you walk up to a pregnant woman, you're trying to actually fight the woman. She is visibly pregnant, which is against the law for you to hit a pregnant woman. The woman is visibly showing probably about 6 or 7 months pregnant. You're arguing with this woman in a very volatile manner, and then a man walks up to defend her. You punch the man with a real lame punch, because it was one of those. It's so it was one of those punches. It was one of those punches that you see on a cartoon where they go whack, boom, pow. It was one of those. So you gave the worst punch in captivity, and then you turn around and go, as if you didn't do anything. These people will have to slow walk through hell for their behavior. It's shameful. Girl, listen, I haven't given a sound at all tonight, but I got to give you the teams up and the applause for that one. You are so right. Can you say they're going to shimmy and sashay through hell? Yeah. Shimmy, sashay, and do the moonwalk and the camel walk and everything else because of their behavior. The behavior is off the chain. I cannot believe it. I'm just.
But Nita, think about it though. He didn't just start with this black woman. He started with the other one, and when she ran for governor, they did some undercover stuff.
Listen, yes, he did. Yes, he did. But the thing is, she fought, and she fought.
Yeah, he is just, I don't know,
angry.
Yeah, if he could have changed some votes, he couldn't. I mean, the former guy, the guy, Mr. T. I don't call him that. I won't call his whole name because Mr. T. He tried to get him to do some illegal stuff. He did some stuff, but he did some illegal stuff, but in a legal way.
Right.
So yeah.
That's for sure.
You'll get his.
Listen, they're all gonna get theirs. It's coming. But listen, and here's the thing. They sugarcoat it. Talk about, like judging a book by its cover. It comes across as though, oh no, we're just doing that to get rid of voter fraud. Voter fraud. Talk about a faulty book cover. Voter fraud? There was no voters fraud. No, the people showed up and voted, period.
That's what I'm telling you. They were standing in line. See, that's fine because watch people come out. You watch, they come out like crazy because they see what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Come on. It's like, I don't know why they don't think we can see it. I don't know why they act like that. We see what you're doing. I mean, I sometimes it's kind of comical. Like we sit here don't see that you're trying to oppress people. You're trying to because they understand there will come a day when the Republican Party gonna be almost obsolete. It's coming.
It's coming. It's close.
Yeah, and so they're trying to keep power. So, oh well.
But you know what? Yeah, like, hey, you have to be careful when you get into the public light and you start doing stuff and messing with people and doing things and being shady and all kinds of stuff because it comes right back on you. Jessica Harris said Kemp is angry that Queen Stacy came back with a vengeful backhand and left a mark all exactly over his whole face. Can you say over the whole face? Let me say they know playing stupid. They do know.
They know, and we know.
They playing stupid, and we all know. We know exactly what the deal is. We're not crazy. People are not crazy.
Yes, but think about it, Nita. But for so long, we weren't a threat because we didn't go vote. But now all of a sudden, like, where y'all coming from?
Wait a minute. The black.
Wait a minute. They count on the fact. The black folks don't vote. When we got to worry. But then.
Wait, now it's vote by mail. Wait, something and things that they have been doing in Georgia forever. So now you want to stop it because you actually use the system that you had in place. Oh, come on.
You put in place. So,
Foolishness. So listen, but like I was saying, when you start doing stuff underhanded and when you be slick and doing your little business, you have to be careful because the stuff comes right back on you. Boom.
Don't it?
Wow.
Don't it?
Boom, Matt Gaetz.
Yes.
Boom. See? Look at this. This is a mess. Under investigation for allegedly having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old. And like and here's the thing, it's alleged because it hasn't been proven. So we're not saying he did it. We're going by what's already on the news. It's alleged that he was having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old. We don't know if he was or wasn't, but I'm here to tell you, the Bible says that what's done in the dark will come to light. It will come to light. And Matt Gaetz has had so much to say about everything and everybody.
Everything, even his own party. He was, I can't take her name, but he was campaigning against Liz Cheney. Was it Cheney? He campaigned everybody. He know everything. And he was arrested too. That ain't alleged.
Yeah, he had a like 2008, I think it was.
Yeah.
Jessica Harris said, listen, everything that they have tried still hasn't stopped determined people. Surely hasn't. When people are determined, they'll keep moving. And when I look at people like Matt Gaetz and how it wasn't long ago that you were in the headlines putting somebody else's stuff out on Front Street. And he's had so many things. I know that there's been the alleged rumor about him being gay and him proposing to the woman, a lot of times in politics, we can all see the political games that they play. There are a lot of political games that people play in order to try and make themselves seem like they're in the right, position to hold political office. We have another comment. She said, in most southern states, 16 years of age is a legal age. Shameful. And you're right. In most states, 16 is legal. It's sad because honestly, child, a girl don't even know herself at 18. Listen, I talk to these young people all the time and I tell them, don't come to me until you're 26, 27 years old. Why? I said, because you're not grown to then. What do you mean? I'm 18 is a legal adult. I said, according to the law. I said, but according to the development of your brain, the way God made you, don't stop developing until then. Mm-hmm. And you are still learning. So you're still lost.
It's bad, Anita, when even Fox News interviewed him and say, I can't think whatever the guy said. He said, that's the strangest interview I've ever done on Fox News.
Right.
Because he was talking about stuff nobody knew. Well, when all that happened.
Right.
Yeah. It's like he told on this stuff like
it is sad. And the thing is, he's under investigation and he could lose his committee post if the allegations are true. Okay. And so here's the thing. He's so busy trying to talk about, my father he's an ex-FBI, right? My father had already put this thing together and they were just about to do that, and just about to catch this person who was trying to extort money. And then you all messed up the investigation by releasing fake news. Whatever. There y'all go with the same things, the same foolish tactics that you all have had from the man that y'all followed. 18, 25 to 40. You are so right, Jazzy Carrot. 25 to 40, most are still confused. You are so right. I'm telling you. People think that, listen, you don't really start living life and understanding halfway until you're in your 30s. And it's your 40s when you come into the realization they had a woulda, coulda, shoulda, and regret. And then on the other side of 40, you're trying to catch up. That's me how I know. It's a whole lot. But here's the thing. When you understand life and the cycle of life and you have a relationship with God, then you understand that God can make the next 15, 20 years of your life seem like a lifetime when you actually get your life together. So it's never too late to get it together. But understand this. I tell young people all the time, and if there's anybody young on here, and if you got, nieces and nephews and children, daughters, granddaughters, I always tell them, it's particularly girls, we make the biggest mistakes between 16 and 22. Between 16 and 22, if we could just listen, and we still might make a few mistakes at 22, 23, but then we think about it. We think differently because we're like, wait a minute, I remember my mama said, my grandmama said this, and then you start thinking, and then the next thing you know, you start sounding like your mom and sounding like your grandmother. If we could just get them to not make those stupid, foolish mistakes between 16 and 22, and it's mostly around relationships because they be so in love. Oh, he loved me. Oh, he loved me. Child, sit down somewhere. So, Mr. Gaetz, you are a hot mess. And we hereby pronounce you team down. Okay. Tea Time Topics, you get a womp, 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 a serious womp. Not that when you get this. You get that. No. You don't get this right here. This don't go for you right here. This ain't yours. No, this is yours right here. There you go. Boom. So Virginia said yes. Listen, we got some more topics, y'all. We're not done. We just getting started. Here's one. We've been swimming around this one and swimming around this one and swimming around this one. I don't think either of us, I think we're just tired of the topic. I know I'm tired of it, but then at the end of the day, when you get caught, you just get caught. And there's no way out for this young man. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Now, before y'all start, I gotta hear from y'all who are watching about Mr. Derek Jackson. Relationship guru. You know, it's always the ones who are the relationship specialists. I'm gonna take a sip.
Yeah, they're the ones like to write books and all that kind of stuff, don't they, Nita? Anyway.
The relationship gurus, the relationship specialists. So here he is, the relationship specialist, and he gets exposed for not just a mistake, but for what they considered serial cheating.
Yeah.
Serial cheating. 1.3 million Instagram followers, and he confessed now to having multiple affairs. And here's the thing, it was only after his fans uncovered his indiscretions. Always preaching healing and healthy relationships and blah, 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 and this and that and da, da, da. And here he is involved with multiple women outside of his marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, let me tell you, and when I tell you they came with they had receipts upon receipts upon receipts upon receipts. So we got some comments. Self-proclaimed, no one. She said no one certified him. No one certified you. We give this to you, Jassy. We give you a team up because no one certified him, and he gonna come up here and self-proclaim. There you go, Jassy. You get it for that one because homeboy straight up gets a. Ain't nobody call you. Who called you? Another one down, many more to go. Yes, Virginia, another
That's
one
the
down,
truth.
many more to go.
That is the truth.
Because he's not the only one. Let me tell you, it's like an epidemic. What is that about? What is it?
I ain't never heard of the man until this happened. I said, "Oh, that's what he did."
I seen him. I frequent Instagram, but
Yeah.
I wasn't like
I ain't never
into I wasn't into his platform or into his movement at all. Because I don't know. I'm always leery of the brother that's always got to talk about what he does.
Yeah.
I just had this conversation with a young lady. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Annette.
Oh no, I was just thinking. It still was no big deal to me. The only reason what caught my eye, it was just when the wife was when she was sitting on the couch holding his hand with that bonnet on. That disturbed me a lot. I'm like,
wow.
Here I'm like, why is she looking like that? But I guess she was painful. I like, oh, I know what all he done, and we've talked about it, and I forgive him. Fine, that's her husband. I'm not gonna tell no woman how to deal. I just was a little taken back just with her demeanor, and she looked so sad. I guess rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of sad, but him cheating, like Virginia say, please, another one down, please.
Mm-hmm.
In all areas.
And the sad thing is, he was so like his demeanor was awful in some of the videos that were leaked of him. Derek Jackson confessed while Derek Jackson spoke in third person, critiquing him.
He did. He sure did. You're right.
You are so right. You are so right.
I looked at it. I'm like, wait a minute. Who are we talking about? He was talking about himself to himself.
He confessed while Derek Jackson spoke in third person, critiquing him. That is so funny. And you're so right. You're so right. It was very confusing. But here's the thing, though. One of the things that stuck out to me, just in general, when there was one video where he was really like talking to a girl, asking what color her panties were and stuff, and I'm like, really? You have no sense than to go on line. I mean, anything that you send to somebody, any video, any photo, you ain't learned from these politicians and everybody else about tweeting and texting and everything. Yes, he was very arrogant. He was arrogant. And I think that was one of the things that turned a lot of people off, was his arrogance in his so-called confession. I agree 100%. And my heart goes out to his wife, because I understand, baby, that, listen, you caught between a rock and a hard place. You can't help what your husband did. But as far as I'm concerned, he gets that. He gets that. Because you put on a facade. And here is the point. The point about our topic tonight: don't judge a book by its cover. because you don't know beneath the surface. Whatever's underneath there is going to come out, and you have to know. I was getting ready to say earlier, I had this conversation with a young lady recently this week, and I told her that's why it's always important for you to know who you're dealing with, because you don't know who you're dealing with until after, a while, that you start to see the real person show up. But so often we get so taken aback by that what the Bible talks about it being eros. We get so taken aback by eros that we don't take time to really sit down with the core of the person. And I said, the other thing you have to be mindful of, and this is a man who pointed this out to me, because he pointed it out about this particular young lady and a little boyfriend. He said, anytime a man is overdoing all of the things that you think that a man's supposed to do, with the flowers and the candy and the gifts and the showering of the love and the blah, blah, blah. And it's almost like he has the mind of a dog. When you have a person who's coming to you in that light, and they're constantly doing everything right, he say, a real man gonna miss. A real man, you gonna be like, yeah, he messed up this Mother's Day, but he got it together for my birthday. A real man He's about a real man gonna miss, and it's the truth though, Annette.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that he's not a good guy because he missed. He like I had one friend whose husband bought her diamonds for her birthday. Now her birthday, sometimes it lands on Mother's Day because it's like around that. I think her birthday is like on the 10th of May, and her birthday lands like on Mother's Day. Sometimes before, sometimes after. So this time it was before, and he took her out to dinner, showered her, and we were all bragging, oh, he went to Jared. And about 3 or 4 days later was Mother's Day, and he didn't get her anything. And he was in so much trouble. And I was like, bruh, that's because you have to understand those are two different holidays. Not only is she the mother of your 3 children, and has raised them well, but she is also a woman, and she's your wife, and it's her birthday. That's a totally different holiday. He's about, but I went to Jared. Here's a good man. I mean, an excellent man who has taken care of his wife and kids without fail. I mean, to the core. And he missed. So a good man is going to miss. And I had to listen to the man. I'm like, you are so right. He said, no, good man. He said, but the ones who come as though they got it all together and they're doing everything the way you think that it's supposed to happen, as if you wrote it out and planned it yourself, that's a con artist. And, and unfortunately, when I look at this situation with our brother, it's just sad. It's sad. So we're going to jump off of him because we're praying for him. We are praying for him. Yeah, we had to touch it, y'all. Y'all know, hey, this is Can We Talk? We got to come with the what? The tea time topics. We have to bring the tea time topics. So, hey, that's what we have to do. That's who we are. We keep it light, but we keep it real. So, moving right along. Women. Somebody got a big comment. I must confess, when the story first broke, I clowned them hard. But after hearing his wife's Twitter post on being abused, manipulated, and raped, my heart broke for her. Yeah, I mean, she has some serious matters in her life. And my heart does break for her, which means, but my heart don't break for him.
Oh, no.
My heart don't break for him. My heart breaks for her. And I'm praying for him, for her. For him too, but mainly for her. So yeah, so I feel you, Jesse Carrot. Moving right along. Here we go with one. Boom. See how you got that little gangster lean?
Hi.
Chuck Schumer digging the scene with the gangster lean. Whoa. Now, the story that we have on him tonight is on Tuesday. He said he would recommend that President Biden nominate 3 Black lawyers to head the U.S. Attorney's Office in New York, including a veteran of the Manhattan office that's known for its white-collar prosecutions. Isn't that something? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. That is so amazing because like we were saying, we talked about last week. It's all right for people of color, whether it be Asians, Blacks, or whoever, to get in position, but let them be qualified.
Exactly.
And these people are well qualified. And I am so glad that we're in the season where people who probably overdue really, that they'll get an opportunity maybe to walk in their greatness and in their truth, because you got somebody else in office who sees their worth.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
It's awesome. And even like when I looked into the story and I saw that to head the Southern District of New York, which is in Manhattan, he recommended the guy named Damian Williams. I should have pulled this picture, who now serves as the chief of that office's Securities and Commodities Fraud Task Force. He's a Black man, very prominent. And I'm very, very happy to see that in this lifetime, because we went so long without seeing anything of this sort. And it's just a blessing. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that 100% point blank. So shout out to Mr. Schumer. We are so happy that we know you. I feel like you're my cousin.
Me too, girl.
Oops, sorry about that. That was yours. I'm gonna give that to you. I'm gonna give you one more for the mishap. Boom. Let me go one more time. Yes. So we're giving him a nice shout out. So thank you so much for being kind and for thinking about the people. Now, we've been watching the George Floyd, the Chauvin murder trial. The man who murdered George Floyd. There's no other way to say it, but he murdered him. The man who murdered George Floyd. Now, I've been watching a little, and I think I watched more of it on Monday and Tuesday. But there was one that stuck out to me so much on Tuesday, and I was literally about to jump through the TV, and that was this brother here. His name is Donald Williams. Donald Williams is they say he's an MMA fighter and a security guard. And they were. Let me tell you, I watched every witness that day, because I was not busy during that part of the day while they were showing it. I think I may have had a couple of times that I had to step away, but I saw all of his testimony. And when he was on the stand, I noticed that the defense attorney, when he came to cross-examine, he kept like picking. He started off as if he wasn't trying to nitpick. And the more he went, the more it seemed like he was trying to nitpick. And the more he talked, his eyebrows started going up like this over his glasses. He was getting clearly agitated. It was like, if I would have taken his temperature and his blood pressure, it would have been sky high. He was so angry that he could not trip this young man up. He kept trying to paint him as an angry Black man, because what they're trying to say is that the people on the sideline were distracting them from helping George Floyd. But he gave a powerful testimony. And there was one thing in particular when he kept saying, the man said, well, you called him this. He said, he would look directly at Chauvin. He said, I did. Did you call him a blah, blah, blah? I did. And you called him la, la, la. He was like, I did. And he kept more. And the more he did it, and it's like, okay, so what does that have to do with the fact that they laid on this man for 9 minutes and 29 seconds?
Yeah.
So what does so you're trying to say that you were trying to help him, but with your hands in your pocket?
Yeah.
You were trying to help him. How were you trying to help him if your hands were in your pocket for 9 minutes and 29 seconds? You didn't take your hands out of your pocket except for when you were about to mace somebody who was trying to take his pulse.
And he kept readjusting himself to make sure. It was like he was digging
his knee into, and I think the paramedic, the firefighter lady, I can't remember her name, Giovanni, I can't remember her name. I should have wrote these names down. But she was saying that he was pressing his knee on a pressure pain area. So when he's doing that and he's rocking back and forth and continuing to apply pressure, there was a period of time with George Floyd, he stopped responding. She said, because there was no pain. He wasn't feeling anything. He had completely lost consciousness. He had bled from his nose and mouth. He had stopped breathing. He was dead. And you're still on him. And I think it was the 9-year-old who said, they asked her, what did you notice? And she said that the paramedics, when they got there, he said, what did you notice when the paramedics got there? She said that they had to move the police officer off of George Floyd's neck. And he said they had to move him. She said, well, first they asked him nicely to move and he wouldn't move. And so then they came back and they had to move him off of him. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
My heart broke. My heart broke listening to the other young lady, because there were two other minors, and one, the 17-year-old girl who said, I'm sorry that I didn't do more. My heart literally broke. So, but I commend them. They actually testified very well. They were very articulate. There was one that got on my nerves, and that was the girl who worked at the gas station or something across the street. I was annoyed by her. I think I tweeted about her. Don't y'all follow me on Twitter, because I'll be wilding out. I'll be wilding out on Twitter. But what are your thoughts, though, Annette?
Well, the fact that he said, "You're not going to make me say I was angry. Mm-hmm. You're not going to." And one moment he winked at him.
He did.
Yeah, he went in. So he probably hit the ceiling. In other words, you're not going to paint me to be something that I'm not.
Exactly. He said, you're not going to make me angry. You're not going to make me appear to be the angry person. Mm-hmm. I have control of myself. He said, I still had control of my person. He said, yeah, I did. Yeah, I said it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. I did. But he had control of himself. Mm-hmm. So they tried to make it seem like them.
I would have probably called them worse.
I would have.
You up there killing, you murder. You, like the man said, I believe I saw a murder.
Mm-hmm. He said, I believe I witnessed a murder. It was really sad. Oh, we have some. Oh gosh. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Seems as though he was getting real pleasure out of murdering Mr. Floyd. It did.
It did. Yeah, he did.
That was, but you know what? And they were saying it. I remember hearing the bystanders say, look at him. He's enjoying this. He's enjoying this. And he had that look, that smug look on his face. And he was refusing. He didn't care what they were pleading. He heard this man squirming, breathing hard. He heard the man begging and pleading and coughing and gagging, all of that, and moving, trying to get air into his lungs. And with the one man on his neck and one on his diaphragm and another one, like his whole body was under the pressure of about 600 pounds, almost like 500 to 600 pounds, because each person weighing about maybe 150, 160 pounds. There were 3 people leaning on one person. Who can live under that?
One thing they said that really, out of everything they said, we had to call the police on the police.
Yes. He said
that was
even powerful. The 911 dispatcher called the police on the police.
Yeah, even she. And she in a whole different area, not hearing. All she did was see it. Like she something's not right here. Mm-hmm. Why do you need 3 people to hold one man down?
Exactly.
A man that was handcuffed, hand behind his back.
Exactly. So listen, hey, I'm so proud of him, and I'm proud of the young ladies. I give them a serious applause and a team up. Listen, just because, hey, talk about judging a book by its cover. You think you might have somebody ignorant, belligerent, and angry on the stand, and you had intelligence. Even the 9-year-old. They all spoke very intelligently and eloquently. They were well-spoken, and they spoke the truth. So that jacked them up a little bit, and I'm glad. So what you got to say now? So we got another one. This is Annette's little friend here that she found. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna let you take him. This is Annette's little friend that she found. And this man here, and I have seen him on stuff before. His name is David Goggins.
Yes.
Alive. Go ahead, Annette.
I was so impressed. I ran across him when I was just doing some searching. He was a retired Navy SEAL. And he has completed over 60 marathons and triathlons and ultra triathlons. They say he once held the Guinness Book record for the pull-ups for completing 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours.
Oh my God.
And they say he is one of the most sought-after speakers. And what really blessed me about him, I didn't even know all that. I heard his story. Mm-hmm. And I heard his story how he came up and how his dad was very abusive. And he was saying how his dad was beat his mother, and he was 7. He said he tried to help his mom, and he said that the next day his mom got up and looked at him, and he was bruised from his neck all the way down where his dad had beat him, and he left. She eventually left the dad, and they moved to a town. It was it was only like 10 black people in the whole town. And he was
Oh,
talking about how he was bullied and all through school. He said he copied his way all the way through school. He ain't never do no work. And finally, they let his mom know. But he said, and then somebody asked him, "Why are you telling this story?" He said, "Because I." And also, he talked about how he got real big. He was over almost 300 pounds. And anyway, somebody asked him why he was telling his story. He said, "I'm telling this story because I want people to know that regardless of where you start at, it don't mean you got to finish there."
right.
And I was so blessed how he told that story, of his struggle. Most of his life was some form of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that was the catalyst that pushed him into greatness. Because sometimes it just take that one aha moment to really push you into your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I was so moved by this man. I was thinking myself, I could probably do about 2 pull-ups. Nope, that's not true. 1.5. But he was, this is an abused kid. So when I hear, well, life has been tough and I had it rough. And well, welcome to the doggone club. Some kind of way you got to overcome that. I went through, Nita been through, we all been through. And so I would love to hear him speaking
Yeah.
personally.
I haven't heard him do a full speech, but I'm sure that there are some out there. But I have run across a few of his motivational speeches where they've got, they give like maybe 1 or 2 minutes of something. And I've seen it. I'm like, oh, okay. I've seen quite a few things that he's done, by searching for different things. But yeah, I would love to hear him in an entire speech. I'm sure it's very, very, very motivational. So
I would love for the young people to hear him.
Yeah. So because
where you are don't mean you got to stay there.
That's right.
So yeah, that's why I was so moved. What she said, he resembles. He do. You see what she said, Jazzy?
What she said?
He resembles
Boris Kodjoe.
He does.
He really does.
He has some. He got some 8-packs and maybe 10. Maybe I counted 12. I don't know. But to be who he is, that's what it is.
Talk about judging a book by its cover, because the thing is, when you look at him, like sometimes people resemble perfection, but underneath the surface has been a story where they've been through the fire.
Yes.
So listen, you cannot don't make judgment based on somebody like, he might look like he got it all together, but his story can really, really like rock you. And that's is the driving force behind all of the achievements. And it was even said, I was reading up on him and it said that he is the only member of the U.S. Armed Forces to complete SEAL training, U.S. Army Ranger School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training.
He is, man.
And it's so it's that any of the accomplishments alone would have been impressive, but that's not all that he's done. And it's like when you think about but those 3, he is the only person, the only member of the armed forces to complete all of them. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing. His story alone, just amazing.
What a great story.
A great story. Yeah.
Man, okay. Well, we're winding down, moving right along. This is a strange one. When I read the story, I'm like, really? Okay. This is the young lady who was found in she was found naked in a drain, claimed she was lost down there for weeks. And somebody heard her screaming. And so the police pulled her out of the drain. So her name is Lindsay something. I can't remember. But she's from down this way. It was here in Florida.
Yeah.
And but when I read her story, what stood out to me was the fact that she said she went swimming in a canal near her boyfriend's house and found a door and swam through the door and got trapped in a sewer.
Naked.
For
20 days. But see, when I first saw it though.
But she survived drinking ginger ale. I'm trying to figure out where did she get
ginger ale?
Where did she get ginger ale in the sewer?
I think she lied. But you know what? When I first saw it, I said, oh gosh, because the boyfriend had reported her missing. I said, he killed. I said, he didn't die. He didn't kill her. So I already judged. I said, he didn't kill the woman. and he had killed her. And she out there in the doggone dread. What you? But they were saying, I did read that saying that she have had mental problems in the past. So why you go? But first of all, not just swimming and not just the naked part, but why the drainage? I didn't get that part.
She said
all the places to
she
swim.
was in a canal. First of all, why are you swimming
in a canal?
You swimming in a canal in Florida with snakes and alligators? And rats and everything else. Can you imagine what was in the sewer?
Girl, where she get? What you say she was drinking?
Ginger ale. That's what she said.
Where'd she get it from?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out where did she get the ginger ale from in the sewer?
In the sewer. I think, yeah, something wrong.
Something about that story just doesn't
yeah.
However, it is what it is.
I'm glad they got her out of there, though.
I'm glad they got her out of there. And they got her back to her
and get her some help or whatever.
Exactly. But that is the strangest story that I have read.
Yeah.
Man, somebody left a comment. Let me see. Meth head, oxyqueen, or mentally unstable. Something's it doesn't
wrong.
Make sense.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense. I don't even have a bell for her. I think I got something somewhere in the middle. Let me see if I got a sound for her.
I'm just glad they found her, and whatever may be going on, that she get whatever help she needs. And that they didn't actually pull a body out, So in that respect,
that's true. Yeah. So
she's
somebody's child. That's for sure.
She's somebody's child, and somebody was, I guess, the boyfriend you think was just bringing us up to drink and just left her there. Wow. Let me just shut up. That's stupid. I ain't even go there.
It doesn't make sense. However, there's another thing that didn't make sense, and I'm so sick of seeing it happen. Not, because I know we made comments the other week about how, there's this big thing about, that the women were making such a big deal about Asian people being in leadership. And I'm like, Black people have been struggling for years, but in no way do I condone Asian hate at all. I'm sick to say. Has several bills. Yes. So state of Florida mental hospital has several bills. Yeah, they'll probably have the bail for her, Synovia. They'll probably have the correct bail for her. But who in the world will have the bail for this foolishness right here? This is something, this when I saw this story, I couldn't believe it. First of all, I think I was really angry of when I saw who it was. I don't know if he's Black or some other. He looks Black on this picture, but this is the guy that kicked the Asian woman in New York, and they did arrest him, thank God. But when I look at him and the size of him, and the lady was 65 years old. She's 65 years old.
Shame on him.
A little tiny Asian woman, and she was little. And he kicked her with the bottom of his foot in her stomach and then stomped her head like 3 times. Before he walked away. Can you imagine that coming to you from out of nowhere? Under the foot of this big, solid man.
Yeah, he's a thick one. Yeah.
I was disgusted by the story.
You know what, Nita? I was reading it just a little bit before we went on. They said he had been in prison for killing his mother and he was released.
See, some people.
So I gotta go back. I'm like, he did.
I have to go and read that. That is.
So he don't care about. Yep. See, yeah.
She said he killed his mom.
I thought I read that.
Why was he out of jail?
And he was, he out of jail. And then I'm glad he didn't kill that lady. But obviously, if he didn't have a problem killing his mom, she was just
he
nobody.
Had no business being released.
Yeah.
From prison after killing his mother.
Yeah.
Just 18 years ago?
Isn't that something?
What? Who?
So he's not rehabilitated.
Who was the judge that laid down that sentence?
I don't know.
They ought to go and get him and close him up in him or her up in a cell with this fool and let the fool stomp them.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad he didn't kill that lady, though.
I am too.
Oh my
My heart
God.
goes out to her, and I've been praying for her. And there's been a lot of it, like people just kicking Asian people on the train, just kick. That part makes no sense to me. Why are you attacking people? You're right. That's the question.
You know what though? They're gonna be sorry eventually because one of them gonna be armed and they're gonna be stretched out on wherever they are.
Okay.
Because now fear coming and people gonna protect themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You kicking and beating on people. What's
Listen,
wrong with
people,
you?
let me tell you, this world is crazy. And I'm here to tell everybody to be careful. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be careful with, I watch everybody. I remember I was at the gas station a couple of days ago and somebody just looked so suspect to me. I waited until they got their gas and left before I got out of the car. That's just how mindful. I'm standing in line at the store and I'm looking around and I'm observing the people who are in line around me constantly. I don't take anything for granted. So just be careful, be mindful, and be prayerful. Pray and keep yourself covered under the blood because people are crazy. We're living in crazy times. And, people are being attacked and killed and stuff for no reason, just for being. This Asian woman walking, she didn't do anything to anybody. And he just hauls off and kicks her and stomps her and walks away like she was nothing, like she was gum under his shoe. And I'm glad they got him.
I'm glad they got to. And we live in a time now. You don't get away too much, right? No more. But when you do foolish, because there's a camera somewhere.
They need to keep him. He must have wanted to go back home or something. They need to keep him. Wow. So time flies when you're having fun, good people.
Yes.
We have come to the end, and we thank you all so much for hanging out with us for this hour and 7 minutes. You have been such a gracious audience. We appreciate you all so much, and we love you guys. We're going to ask before we leave just a few things. If you will do us a favor, if you haven't already, please make sure you like the video that you're watching. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, like the video, but don't not just like it, but make sure you subscribe. You can follow our page. We have a page and a group on Facebook, which is Movement Worldwide. We also have our YouTube channel, which is Movement Worldwide, where all of our lives and all of our previous, when we were private, those are posted, as well as we're now posting some of the wild declarations and some of the Annettisms from the quoteologists. And thank you, Jassy Carrot. Another good show for the books. We sure appreciate you. So we ask that you guys subscribe, like, and share. The other thing is we ask you kindly that you would please make a donation. You can donate via Cash App. And that's with $ Movement Worldwide, $ Movement Worldwide, or you can become a patron. And becoming a patron means you're coming into covenant with us for a monthly seed. And the monthly seed that we ask for right now is $12. That's 40 cents a day. Or you can set your own amount, which some have done, but whatever the seed, we greatly appreciate it. And the way you become a patron is you go to our website at movementworldwide.org, and you can click the button that says become a patron. It'll take you to patreon.com, where you can sign up and you can set your seed amount and become in covenant with us. So we thank you so much for just coming and hanging out. Make sure you follow us on all of our platforms. We're everywhere. Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're everywhere. Follow us and subscribe, like, and share on all platforms. Set all of your notification buttons. We're here each and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. with Can We Talk? But we're also here on Tuesdays. We missed it last night with some technical difficulties with Tuesday Night Talk with Anita L. Anderson. But trust me, she'll be back next week. Yeah, she's all right, connected and everything now. So Tuesday nights with TNT at 9 p.m. Wednesday nights with Can We Talk? Trending topics and current events at 7 p.m. And on Sunday, come get a word from the Lord. We are here every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And you can come on Sunday morning, get your quick Easter word, and go about your business. So please, partake in all of these wonderful things that we have for you. We appreciate you guys again so much. You could have done anything else with your hour, but you stopped by here and hung out with us. We love you. You guys have a great week. You want to say anything in that before we go?
Just thank you so much, and we'll be back next Wednesday. See you. Bring someone. We will be back. So again, you guys have a great one. Enjoy the balance of your week. Have a good one. Be peaceful. Be respectful. Be mindful of your surroundings. We love you. Mwah.
And good night. Good night.
Good night,
good
y'all.
night.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday, starting March 7th, each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. live, where you can soar. That's speak it, orated, articulated, and reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share.